Hello, I'm VALÉ, and I'm hanging out with Rob from Front Row Live, and he's really cool.
For starters, I just got to tell you, your voice is super soothing, and I feel it even more with your latest single, "Without You." Can you talk to me a little bit about that creative process for this new single and kind of figuring out the tone of the voice for this track?
Um, well, we've always wanted to, have a very literally a soothing feel to every song. Because I don't know, that's just what I'm drawn to the most. So I feel like the creative process for Without You was based on honestly like my musical inspirations, which is like SZA, and you can see it a lot in her music, which is like that soothing vibe. So it was kind of like that. We were aiming towards something really chill, something that's, got a vibe to it, but it's also got a little attitude, which I don't know. We always aim for that. But yeah, I really like this tune, and that was kind of like the thought process as to how this song came about, I guess you could say.
What would you say kickstarted the song, though? Was it like a particular lyric that you had in mind, or was it the melody that we kind of hear throughout the song?
Well, it's an interesting story because we were in the studio. I was with Heavy Mellow and Mark Johns, because we're kind of like the little power team. But that day, they were having a fight in the studio, and then I don't even know. I was just there like in the middle of it, and then they just like did their own thing, and Everett, which is Heavy Metal, he started doing the beat to Without You, and we always call it the angry beat. I don't know why, but yes, we call it the angry beat. And it just, I mean, to answer your question, it started with the beat that he made because of the fight. He was like angry and he was like, let's do this. So we did, and it started with that beat. And yeah, it just came about. But yeah, it started with that.
And now that you had, once he like kind of showed you the beat, how did the writing process begin for you? Does it take you a while to come up with ideas once you hear a beat, or do you usually have ideas instantly as like the beat is kind of playing for the first time?
Um, I mean, sometimes I have a very clear idea as to what I would want to write about when I hear the beat. But I mean, it's weird because sometimes I come into the studio with like an idea, oh, let's write a love song today, or let's write a sad song. But then it just like stirs away and a song creates in itself. So it's like a really hard hitting song. It's not sad, it's not about love. So sometimes the ideas I come into the studio with, I don't end up using that day because we just make something completely different. So in this particular case, um, I didn't really have any ideas for the day, but I work really well with Mark Johns. Like, she has a lot of ideas all the time for everything. So that really helps because I'm obviously starting as a writer as well. I'm not, a pro yet. So she helps me a lot to like get ideas out. And for that one, the idea we like developed for the song was basically like having that one person that just makes everything so much better, so much brighter, and without them everything feels kind of like dark and empty. Like, we kind of developed on that idea. And yeah, she helps me a lot with that because she's definitely the one that like hears a beat and instantly like has an idea. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm hoping I will be someday.
One of the things that I really liked about the song as well was like the electronic voices that you hear throughout. Like, I don't even know what to call them, but Was this part of this beat that Mello had already started, or was this something that you guys kind of came up with as you were already recording the track?
Dude, like I said, he was a little mad, so he was doing his own thing, man, and all of a sudden he did that, and we were like, that's sick. Like, no one told him to do that, he just did it himself. I don't know. It was all him, and we were all like, we love that, and we kept that like throughout the whole like mastering process and everything. That's the original like sound from the demo, because he was like, I can't, redo that. It sounds so good. And I was like, I agree. It's cool. I don't know where he got that from, but
It's so sick.
Yeah, he's incredible. Yeah.
That's definitely, I mean, aside from your vocals, that's definitely a staple in the song.
Yeah. I love it. I love it so much. It's so cool.
So now that this song is out, like I see that you've had other releases out over like throughout the year. What are the plans as far as like a body of work? Are you working on a debut of some sort, or do you want to let this like single live for a while before you consider another release?
Well, we stopped releasing for 2020 at Without You because, we all know the world was a little crazy in like November, December, that whole period. So we wanted to, let the world breathe as well as my music. But this year we're planning on releasing 2 singles, one in February and one in March. And then we're working on, like right now, I'm working on a bunch of new songs and just building the project, man. Like, I kind of want to let these 2 new singles that are about to come out breathe a little, because they are, the one that's coming out next is my favorite song up to this point. I think it's really good. And then we're doing another one that's so good. Like, I feel like everyone's gonna like them, so we want to like let them live for a while before we like put out any albums, EPs, or anything like that. But I'm definitely working on a lot of new music right now, because I hadn't been able to travel to LA and do proper sessions because of in over a year. So we're doing a lot right now and it's sounding good. But yeah, we're gonna let these 2 new singles that are coming up breathe a little, and yeah,
hopefully. Awesome. So you've been throughout this year, you've been back home in Colombia?
Yes, all of 2020 I've been in Colombia, and now I'm in LA right now.
Oh, you are back in LA. Okay, awesome. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Definitely looking forward to more from you. It seems like that artist development has already happened, and you have a big team around, or not a big team, but a great team around you that is kind of helping you build the right way. Yeah, so congratulations with that.
Thank you. It's all definitely teamwork, because I had never ever worked in music up until 2018. And without the help of my team, I don't know what I'm doing, honestly. Like, okay, maybe, this would be good. And I'm like, I guess it would. So, they're just helping me. They're guiding me because they know, and I don't know anything. So yeah, they're helping me with that development for sure. Because yeah, they're great. And I love that they're, more than a team, I consider them all my family, because they've seen me grow up these past 2 years, almost 3. So yeah, I love them all a lot, and I appreciate them so much.
That's amazing. Well, again, congrats, and you got the right team around you. So definitely looking forward to more music, and I definitely want to see you grow. I want to see how this evolution of you and your music and your songwriting especially is going to be in the next few months. So
yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to that as well. Definitely. But yeah, it's been a wild year. I felt like I've grown a lot, even during, because I feel like I always say this, but like, before everyone used to like put off their issues or anything that might be bothering them because we were all so busy all the time. And now that you were like locked in with yourself, you were like, okay, if I don't deal with my issues, I'm gonna go crazy. And I feel like once we all dealt with our problems or anything that bothered us, we did grow mentally. And I feel like a lot of people are like waking up now and realizing what's good for them and what they deserve. And, you know, I definitely feel like that. So it's definitely reflected upon the songs and the music and everything I'm doing now. Like, and which is really good. I really love that. Like, I love seeing that reflected on my art. And yeah, I'm proud of the person I'm becoming, which is
most definitely,
I think the most important thing.
Yeah, and it's definitely a therapy for you, but it's also a therapy for your fans and your audience. So, you know, I keep saying this to all artists, like, thank you for creating, because, you know, if it wasn't for you guys, a lot of us would not have survived 2020. A lot of us would not be able to see the end of this because, you know, our mental issues, our mental health would have had the best of us. So, thank you so much for continuing to create, and definitely don't stop.
Yeah, I don't plan on stopping. But yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. Art is, I mean, books helped me a lot. Music definitely helped me. I mean, movies, everything. It helped you and everyone, you know, get through 2020 in any way. You connect with everything you see, and we weren't able to see anything other than our screens and, you know, stuff like that. So if you connected with art, it definitely helped to keep you sane. You know, it helped me. So yeah, it's really important. And I feel like art is, like you said, definitely therapy for the artist and the audience. So yeah, it's really important.
Awesome. Well, I definitely hope that you and I get to reconnect on your next releases. And you know, thank you again for taking the time, and congratulations with
Thank
Without
you
You
for
and
your
everything else
time.
that's coming up.
Thank you so much.